Well, we're back again for another edition of Te Akau TV, joined today by Te Akau trainer Sam Burgesson. Big weekend of racing coming up, Sam. Big Group 1 day there at Wellington.
Yeah, really looking forward to it. A really good card of races and horses heading down there to Trentham. It'll be interesting to see what the weather does. There's a few whispers of rain, and then a nice sort of card up here at Te Aroha as well. Smaller fields, but there's still some quality horses there. So, yeah, plenty to look forward to, and a nice team going around.
And to talk us through how the horses prep through a week like this, so obviously they work at home in Matamata on Tuesday, and then what day do they head down the line?
Yeah, so they head away. So Friday morning, this morning, they head away down the line. We sort of did it a little bit different this time around. Normally they'll gallop on a Tuesday, which they did, but they didn't have their really good hit out on the Tuesday. They had it on the Sunday because we, galloped a couple of them between races and a couple on the rail here before scratching time. So the 2-year-olds had their main hit out on Sunday, but the rest of them were Tuesday. So, like I say, a really nice team, and they're all fit and well and ready to go.
And unfortunately, obviously, the Taupo trials got called off there earlier in the week. What can we expect to see next week? I hear there's 2 trial meetings there at Ellerslie Tuesday and Thursday.
Yeah, obviously frustrating, but I suppose it just shows the versatility of Ellerslie now. That Strathia track's, come on leaps and bounds, and it's, coping with its racing so well. So, yeah, off to the trials with those 33 that missed, and there'll be a few extras as well. So they'll trial either Tuesday or Thursday. It depends on the nominations, but looks like the 2-year-olds and the open class horses will be Tuesday, and then the older maiden horses on Thursday.
Excellent. Well, let's rip into it. We might start there at Te Aroha, a bit closer to home. We kick off there in race number 1, the risk management group 3-year-old set weight and penalties 1400 class. He has been kind of an absolute picture of consistency in recent starts. Can he continue that on Saturday?
Yeah, for sure. Would love another win with him. He's knocking on the door without getting the result. He's got that good positive racing style, which we think will suit. It's just whether he's had a long season, whether he is coming to the end of it. He seems very, very bright and well here at home. We haven't had to do it a lot with him. He's matched it with some very, very good horses. So sort of a little bit of a drop in class here, back to 1400. He's got, like I say, he's got that good positive style. He'll be in the first sort of 2 or 3, and he'll give a great sight.
And another in good form, an Egyptian Queen there in the Manco Open Handicap. Strikes a pretty competitive field there on Saturday.
Yeah, for sure. Probably needs to lift her game again in the open class, but drops to a nice lightweight with Ace on, who's won on her this season, which we think's a massive plus. She's run well there at Te Aroha as well. Like you say, there's a few quality gallopers in it, but she's certainly up to it, we think, and a nice each way chance.
And race number 7 there, the NZTBA mile open handicap 1600 Cognito. Probably haven't seen the best of him in his last 3 starts. How's he training on?
Yeah, he just has so much bad luck, this horse. It's been a frustrating season for him. He ran really well in the Counties Cup, and then we took him to Ellerslie. He just had absolutely no luck, and he was going to run last week at Pukekohe in that Open 2100, and the track was pretty rain affected and just a little bit testing. So we elected to scratch and back to the mile there today. I think he'll run better than his odds are. He's a really class horse on his day. Work's been good here this week. So hoping for a change in fortune with him. He certainly deserves it.
Down to Trentham there for the Group 1 day. We kick off in race number 6, the Group 3 Higgins Concrete Manawatu Classic. 3-year-old set weights 2100. Shockabella, this filly by Shocking, unfortunately scratched the barriers at Ellerslie last start on Champions Day. How's she going heading into Saturday?
Yeah, she's got a few tricks. She's always been quite temperamental. It's frustrating there on Champions Day. She was really lined up for a good chance at black type, but unfortunately, burrowed under the gates there. And I suppose fortunately, she came away unscathed as well as Blake Shin. So, just something to turn the page on. She went back to the trials. We've adjusted her barrier gear from a blanket to a blindfold, and that seems to have, touch wood, done the trick. So as long as she behaves herself on Saturday and does everything well, if Spready can get her to settle from barrier 1 and can jump away with them and be positive, and I think we'll look to ride her similar to how we rode her at Taupo when she won. She sort of likes to bowl along and get into her own rhythm. I think she'll give a great sight. Don't think that the distance will be a query with her, and she's working super here at home, so can't fault her. But needs to make the lift to black type.
Race number 7 there, the Group 2 City of Palmerston North Awapuni Gold Cup, the hometown cup for you, Sam. Open, set weight and penalties, 2100. Midnight Blue, he's going to love that distance of 2100 metres.
Yeah, for sure. Obviously, just found the Ellerslie field, a bit sharp. It was, a very good Group 1 field. Back to set weights penalties really suits him. Obviously, a little bit of a drop in cast, but in saying that, Waitek and Whangaihu are still there, and it's still a very good field. So he's running extremely well here in New Zealand without that elusive win. But he's in super form, and if he can have the rub of the green, in the Avondale Cup, if he hadn't had that checkered passage, he probably wins that race. So with a bit of luck, we think he can be in it. Just would hate for the rain to come for him. He just loves it firm.
And What You Wish For won the Kaimai Stakes well, and wasn't far away there in the Ultimate Mazda Japan Trophy either.
Yeah, a really good effort. Played quite funny that day, the Tauranga track, and he still tried his heart out. He's in very good form here at home. He's bouncing around the place, full of energy. So back up to 2100 really suits him. And another one that's had a fantastic season, performed well every time he's gone out. So looking forward to Saturday with him, back up to the 2100, and I suppose Michael McNabb and a low barrier as well as a massive plus.
And all eyes will be on race number 8 there, the Group 1 Courtesy Ford Manawa 2 Sires Produce Stakes, 2-year-olds set weights over the 1400. You've had big success there in the 2-year-old races this season, with obviously winning the Karaka Million with Lada Rada and Return to Conquer there in the Sistema. 4 chances here, Sam, 4 good chances as well. We'll go through those individually. The first off is 2 Bravery Born, the son of Snitzel, draws barrier 5 with George Rook on board.
Yeah, really, really pleased with this fella. He's when he won at Ellerslie, he was obviously went in very, very fresh. We couldn't trial him. We couldn't get a race into him or anything. We just exhibition galloped him into it, and it's probably his best race. So we've sort of followed that formula heading into Saturday. He's had 2 exhibition gallops to keep him up to the mark. His work's been super. He worked with Lada Rada between races on Sunday. He probably needs to lift from that Meta slipper effort and go to the next level to sort of figure in the finish, but we can't get him any better here at home. He's absolutely bouncing, so we're pleased with him. Nice soft gate. George is riding in super form, so he ticks a lot of boxes. He just needs to step up to that Group 1 class. And
Hostility was purchased out of the Ready to Run sale last year for 1.6 million. A very expensive, high-class son of I Am Invincible. Was good on debut there, and looks to have quite a nice turn of foot.
Yeah, really happy with this fella as well. He's going into the race in tip-top order. Obviously, we would have loved him to win on debut, but he's beaten by a pretty fair horse, and probably didn't get all things going his way. So he's come on again since that. His work was super here Sunday morning on the course proper on the rail before scratching time with Born to Be Royal. Grillsy's ridden him in all his jump outs, his trials, and his race day start. He knows him well. He's got a nice soft gait. We think the big roomy track suits up to 1400. We think holds no fears for him. He relaxes so wonderful, and obviously out of a mare that sort of got up and trip a bit. So again, another one that ticks a lot of boxes. It's hard to split the 4, but he's the one that lacks the race day experience, but we think it is one of the more talented ones heading into it. So he's a really exciting prospect, and hoping he can put his best foot forward there on Saturday.
And Lada Rada, she's done nothing wrong today, obviously winning the Karaka Million and the Meta Breeders' Stakes. Unfortunately, she was not a late scratching. She was scratched the morning of the Sistema. How's she come on since her last up?
Yeah, obviously she's the one that's got the form on the board and been out there and done it. So she obviously heads the market and probably deserves to off her recent runs. It was just very unfortunate timing. Spiking a temperature the day of the Group 1, and then obviously she had to have a quiet few days, and we've had to play catch up a little bit to get her to Saturday. But she's had the 2 exhibition gallops. She's just so competitive and so tough. She's going in really good order. We've had a fantastic week leading in with her, and she just worked super on Sunday at the races with Bravery Born, Michael Roder, and said she couldn't have worked any better. Got that good positive racing style where she'll be in the first sort of 3 or 4. and the nice soft gait as well. Another one that we're really pleased with, and she looks at a really strong chance.
And Born to be Royal, a big striding daughter of King's Legacy. If there was one to draw out a bit wider, this would probably be the one that you wouldn't have minded to draw slightly wider, Sam.
Yeah, for sure. I sort of had a good chat to Opie this morning about it, and he said that was probably the ideal draw for her almost. She's going to sort of take a bit of time to sort herself out, and she'll go back, and we'll be quiet on her, hopefully get a bit of cover just off midfield somewhere. And that big long straight, the 1400's really going to suit her. Bill's riding in fantastic form. Happy to have him aboard as well. And he's obviously ridden her before race day. And another one, that we've had a really good week leading in. So 4 really nice chances, really hard to split them, and all coming in with differing form lines and different types of horses. But, wouldn't trade them for the world.
And I spoke to you off camera earlier, Sam, and I think you gave me exactly the same comment as well. Very, very hard to split these on their form lines and obviously their ability as well. So it'll be very interesting to see how they go on Saturday, and all the best to the connections of those horses into that all-important Group 1 as well. The last runner on the card there in the race number 9 there, the listed Bramco, Granite and Marble Flying Handicap, Taliska, another informed horse, draws barrier 9. Craig Grills takes them out.
Yeah, looking forward to him. He's another one that would hate to see any rain. He loves it firm. We're just going to ride him a bit colder. He's just sort of went forward at Taupo and got taken on. And Grillsy sort of said he goofs around when he hits the front. And you would have seen in his races this year, even when he won at Taranaki, he hit the front and he just pricked the ears and sort of loafed around. So we're going to ride him a little bit colder. He gets in with a lovely lightweight. Grillsy knows the horse back to front. And obviously he brings in really good form lines. Throughout his career, he's performed at the highest level. And this looks like a really nice race for him on paper. There's a few talented gallopers. It's quite an even field again there. But we think he's a really solid each way chance to finish the day.
Excellent. One running out there at Flemington on Saturday in the race number 6 there, the Bob Hoisted Handicap, 1,000 metres. Sans Duke, she was in good form in the autumn last year. I think she might have won this race last time in. She comes out of the Oakley Plate, drops down in class, probably not without her chance there on Saturday, Sam.
Yeah, I know the team's really happy with her. She won this race last year when she was on that string of good form. Gets into the race extremely well, loves the Flemington straight. So if you could, if she probably hasn't had the rub of the green, in the spring and this time around, she was performing up to the, Jimmy Stars and things like that. So looks a really nice race for her. I know the team at Cranbourne are really pleased with how she's working and heading into the race. So we expect her to perform a lot better than her odds.
Excellent. One running around there at Tauranga on Sunday in race number 8, Inca Bell.
Yeah, she loves Tauranga. She was pretty stiff here last time at Meta. Had a bit of a break between runs and just, drew well and got shuffled right back. And then when she finally got clear, rattled home for third. So has a very good record at Tauranga. Drawn out, it's just a little bit sticky. So we'll have to see how the track plays. Hopefully it's not sort of up and in like it has been. But if it's playing fair and, she gets a bit of cover somewhere, midfield or something like that, we think she's another really nice chance to finish the weekend. Excellent.
And where are we going for our best bet, Sam?
Yeah, it's very tough. Obviously it's a Group 1 day and Tiara's very even there as well. I think Hostility is a really nice sort of place or each way chance at his odds. I think you can sort of follow him through the run. Obviously, it's hard tipping those 2-year-olds and especially in those fields like that, Group 1 field. But I think he's a really top prospect going forward. And if he handles the travel and everything like that well and gets the right run, we're confident he can sort of figure in it.
Excellent, Sam. Well, thanks for your time again today. Next week, we're off to Ellerslie and Wanganui there. So hopefully we'll catch you again sometime soon, mate. But thanks for today.